Welcome to From a Prompt with Love, a series where each story begins with a single idea and unfolds into something original. For this first episode, I asked ChatGPT for a prompt to help spark the concept. What followed led me down a strange and personal path. Here's the prompt that started it all. You awaken underground, surrounded by clones of yourself, all convinced they're the original. Without further ado, I present the convergence, the quiet surrender. The first time he sees the others, he doesn't understand. They look just like him, same height, same hair, same eyes. But something is different. There's a strange unease in their expressions, a tension in their movements that makes him freeze. They sit across from him in a sterile, dimly lit room, all of them strapped to chairs, much like himself. His wrists and ankles are bound by thick, cold leather, but it's the feeling of being watched that makes his skin crawl. Each one of them, the versions of himself from different worlds, holds an expression that shifts between confusion, fear, and something else. Recognition. "I don't understand," he whispers, looking from one to the other. "What's going on?" A man seated next to him, one with an older face, graying hair, eyes like his, but hollowed out by time, speaks first. "It's not a mistake," he says quietly. "You're here because we're all here. We've all been pulled from different places." "What does that mean?" he asks, throat tight. "What's pulling us here?" "We don't know," says another version of himself, younger, almost too eager, his eyes darting around the room. "But it's real. This force. Something is pulling us together, from different lives, different realities." He tries to process it. His mind is still foggy, the details hazy. But as he looks around the room, at these others who seem so much like him but not quite, he begins to feel it. A pulse. Something that connects them all. It's unsettling, like threads weaving between their hearts, tying them to something larger than themselves. For a while the room is quiet. The only sound is the low hum of the machines in the walls, and the shared heavy breathing of the group. It's as if they're all waiting for something to happen. But nothing does. At least not until the door opens. A figure steps in. A man, but not like the others. He's older, his face shadowed by a deep weariness. There's something about him, though, something that makes him stand out. He doesn't speak immediately. He just observes, scanning the room as if he's trying to make sense of something. Finally, his eyes lock onto the man closest to him, the one with the graying hair, and he speaks. "This is what it's all been leading to," he says, his voice rasping with age. "The merge. We've all been drawn here, from the edges of different worlds. I know this because I'm the last one left." "The last one?" the bound man asks, confused. The older man nods. "You don't remember it, but we've all crossed paths before. In different ways, different realities. And now it's all collapsing. There's no escape. It's all going to end." A tense silence falls over the room. One of the younger versions of himself shakes his head. "No, that can't be true. We can't just fade away." The older man smiles faintly. "You're already fading. We all are." And with that, the hum of the machines intensifies, growing louder. The walls seem to shift, ever so slightly, and for a moment, they all feel something. An overwhelming pull, as if they're all being ripped apart. But in the next breath, it's gone. The door slams shut behind them. The quiet returns. But this time it feels different. The man's chest tightens. He looks around at the others, his brothers from other worlds, and knows that the time is near. The end is coming, and he'll have to face it with them, in this strange, twisted reality they've all been thrown into. No one speaks. There's nothing left to say. Only the silent surrender to whatever fate awaits. Welcome.